Hi, everyone, and welcome back to launch week for our Anatomy of Abundance book, a conscious guide to creating holistic prosperity in all aspects of life. I am so thrilled to introduce you to another one of my incredible expert co-authors and dear friend. We've actually been in business together, partnering together for well over 10 years. Well over 10 years.
All over. I've
And
been around 20.
exactly. We've both been around for 20 years in the business, but in the financial business, but we've been working directly probably for about 10 years or so. And her level of integrity and commitment to helping people really create aligned financial lives is just, it blows me away. And so I absolutely adore her. I know that you will also. And so let me introduce Miss Lenka Holman. Say hi, Lenka.
Hello.
And then go ahead and give us a little insight into who you are and also what it is that you do.
Okay. So who I am is a person who really loves people. And I start with that because what I do to help people, that all comes from what I really want. I have all kinds of licenses and designations, and if I put them all on my business card, it would be alphabet soup. But what I really do is I sit down with people and I find the unique solutions for them. I really believe that when we sit down with people with the knowledge that I have, we can put the puzzle pieces together. And I think that that's the reason why you and I work so well together, is the world isn't one size fits all. And when we embrace that, that's when everybody wins.
Absolutely. And that is exactly why I wanted you to be a part of this book. My intention, so many of you all know my story, that I was married, I had 3 children. Unfortunately, in January 2009, my husband woke up one morning, put on his suit and tie, grabbed his briefcase, gave me and my 3 kids a kiss goodbye, told us he loved us, and walked out the door knowing he wasn't coming home. And after 24 hours of going missing, I found out that my husband had taken his own life. Well, I also found out that I was pregnant with my 4th child on the same day that he passed. And we'll just pause for a breath. So, needless to say that a lot changed for me overnight. And one of the reasons I was able to get through that is because my husband was prepared. He was prepared. We were prepared as a family. He had taught me how money worked. We had our insurances and our investments and our financial plans in order because he was in the financial business. And then I became a beneficiary of everything that we had in place. Now, while money does not solve all problems, trust me, it does help lessen the blow when something that traumatic happens for you in your life. And so after his passing, I made a commitment to take that business over and continue to run with it because of how it affected me in my life, but also all of the people that we had helped. And so Lenka and I are partners in that business. And now we've formulated this relationship where, because I have such a commitment to serve and support women and hold these spaces, whether it's the Pure Abundance Retreat or, the different aspects in which I really love to work within the soul work, the inner work, I've created the Anatomy of Abundance framework so that we can drill down. Once we do the inner work, we can also take that next step to the action steps and implementation steps that are needed to completely transform your life. And that's where Lenka typically comes in. We work together, I tap her in, and she starts to drill down financially on what are the things that are necessary for you to really create this life of abundance that you're looking for? Again, in all aspects of life. And so talk to us a little bit about your chapter, because I think that really will give them an idea of what we mean when we say holistic financial abundance. So tell them the title and then share a little bit about the chapter, or if you want, you could even share an excerpt from the chapter.
With your permission, I'm going to take 1 second to acknowledge something I didn't really realize until you shared your story again. I've heard your story many times, but the reality of it is you and I came into this business and fell in love with this company for a mirror of reasons,
Yes.
because exactly the opposite. I didn't have everything in place. When
Mm.
I was 12, my father committed suicide. When I was 14, my mom lost her job. And when I was 16, I got the opportunity to go to work to help pay the mortgage of $324 a month.
Yeah.
And so, that being said, I think that that's the reason why I am just so passionate about making sure that people have the resources.
Yeah.
Now the name of mine is a little bit more fun. It is the the financial abundance for the non-mathematician. Because the one thing I hear all the time is that I don't like numbers. I don't want to do money. It's not about money. It never has been. A small percentage of the population gets excited about spreadsheets. The rest of us, not so much. Not so much. And that when we can add our values
Mhm.
to what we are going to use our money for, because we've talked many times, and I mentioned in the chapter that my values about money also come from the original source of basic instructions before leaving Earth, the Bible. And it's not about preaching. It's about, hey, this is how you can feel abundant. You can feel in touch with what's out there. And it's not always the money, it's sometimes the people, it's the resources, the ideas. And I want to share one chapter. With your permission, I'll go ahead and
Yeah.
just read one small chapter
An
of
insert, you
this.
mean? An
A
insert.
very tiny
Yeah.
insert. Very, not chapter, beg your pardon. So imagine you're building a 20-story skyscraper. There isn't a person in the world who would be ashamed of digging a deep foundation if the end goal is to build a skyscraper. But that's dirty, nasty work where you see absolutely nothing going up. And quite frankly, everyone sees you going in the wrong direction. Building a foundation of habits and beliefs about money is exactly the same. The moral of that story is every time you're being told by the world you should be ashamed of building your foundation and getting dirty, you need to reframe your mindset and understand that the deeper you go, the taller the end result will be.
Mhm.
And that means you have to have your vision, you have to connect with it. It may be buying this tchotchke, whatever, but once you know where you are going, what you're going to contribute to this world, a lot of those little distractions, they melt away because they no longer are the shiny object that gets you off track.
Yeah.
And when you have that, and you have the accountability of advisors and support groups, game over. You're there.
Yeah, definitely. And I think also it's the clarity, but it's also the connection to your future vision and to your heart. And so you said key words there. It's like connecting your financial plan with your core values rather than having
Yes.
a financial professional come in and say, well, you need to do this, 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 and this, and you need to have this amount. And no, so one of the things I love about what we do is we ask a ton of questions. You know, I come from a coaching background, and so I'm very inquisitive. I'm very curious. I really want to understand what makes a person tick. And you also have that quality, which is why I love partnering with you. You ask a ton of questions. You get a great understanding of what the needs, desires of the families we work with are. And then you go and you're extremely patient. She's way more patient than I am, y'all. But way more patient, way more detailed than I am. So we are a perfect match because I am big picture, fully heart-centered, like really understanding more like the psychology and the inner workings of a person. And then when she comes on board, we start to put that into a package that really will move you forward financially and give you that sense of security. Because the reality is we need emotional security in life. We also need financial security, feelings of financial security. And financial security feels different to different people. Some people can have $300 additional in the bank per month and feel financially secure, whereas other people may need 3 million, put away someplace in order for them to feel financially secure. And that's what I love about Lenka, is she really takes the time to understand and then craft a plan that's going to actually work for you. So bravo, bravo, bravo. I absolutely adore you. And so what made you want to be a part of this Anatomy of Abundance book? This is your first book project, isn't it?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes and no, because it's the first time it's being published. But a few years ago, I actually put all of this content, plus quite a bit more, into book format. I had actually taken a 4.5-day retreat where I sat down and I pulled together all of the resources. I put it all in my computer. I was a mad woman. I was absolutely just focused on getting all of it out of my head and into a written format. And as the universe, God, whomever would have it, within 24 hours of me returning home, my computer crashed and I lost everything.
Devastating.
And so after I was in the fetal position, crying my eyes out, I pulled myself up and I looked around and says, okay, that wasn't the right time.
Right.
That wasn't the right time to release that content. But when you sit down, like, okay, now's the right time.
Yeah.
Now is the right time for all of that. I mean, I have entire flow charts of this is how a person attaches their values to their money, their actions, their habits. I have all of those little things and sometimes the big things. And I just was waiting for the time that it was right to let it go. And so now with that book, it is being put out there.
Yay! I know, I love it. It's almost like the stars just aligned for all of us, the relationships, the connections, the potency of the framework and the message, the trust that you all had in me in leading this project. And then when you guys finally met each other, like at the author retreat or at my Activate Your Abundance luncheon, and just how everything blended, I'm like, wow, this is truly a divine project. It's divinely led. There's no doubt about it. One of the things I love about your chapter, because I'm a very visual person, I am the non-mathematician, right? Which is part of the reason why, as much as I felt compelled to take over my husband's financial business, I also at the same time was like extremely resistant, because I'm like, that's not my personality. I don't like numbers and math, blah, blah, blah. I had all the reasons / excuses in the world not to do it. But that deeper core value of being of service and really knowing that I am exactly the person, even though I don't look like any other financial advisors. I don't sound like them. I don't move like them. That was exactly the reason why I needed to do it. So visually, your chapter, I love it because there's not just a bunch of words on a piece of paper. You have all kinds of charts, pictures, just things that help it be so much more palpable and digestible. And like you said, you have a ton of other resources. So I know that in your chapter, you also offer a link for them to go and download other resources. So I just appreciate how you show up, how thoroughly you deliver information, and the care with which you deliver everything, right? Your service, information, education, and everything else. So as we wrap up our interview today, and people get so excited that they go to go.patrinawisdom.com/abundance, or Amazon or Barnes and Noble or Goodreads to buy our book, I do want you to share with everybody just why do people need to buy this book? Now, obviously, we're speaking directly to women, but this can apply to everyone. Everyone can benefit from reading.
Yes.
So what are they going to take away? Why do they need to go get it?
One of the things is that the world is a soundbite world. We're a microwave society. And I address financial entertainers out there. And a financial entertainer is someone who knows what you need before they ever met you. They got the cute little soundbite, they've got the one size fits all. And when we as human beings are approached by that, it doesn't resonate. Something says that's not me. And what Anatomy of Abundance does is says, oh, that's why I don't fit into the cute little box. This is what's right for me. These are the stopping points that I have, the baggage that I need to release. And this is how I can achieve my vision, my goals.
Yes.
And then you're in complete alignment. And when you're in alignment, that's when you succeed. It would be like the person who has a passion for being a mechanic being told that they have to be a doctor because they're good with their hands. If that's not their passion, they will not succeed.
Yeah.
And this talks about how we can be in alignment and actually succeed in what we're intended to be on in this earth.
Yes. And then we're not just talking about it. I feel like now that I get to see everything put together, you know, there's the framework, there's the explanations, there's your chapters, you know, inserted in there to bring more context. But also what we're doing is we're actually guiding you on the path. So the book is so appropriately named because I envision people buy this book, don't just read the book, put the book on the shelf. This is something you go back to. This is something that is going to awaken certain awarenesses within you. And you're going to say, okay, I can't tackle everything now. Let me go just to this particular step and work on that first. And not only do you have the guide, but you also have access to all of the experts that are in the book. So you don't even have to figure out where to go to solve your problems. Hello, we've made it so easy for you.
Created the community. We've created the community where the conversations can continue.
And that's the key, is to continue the conversation. So with that said, go grab your copy and also gift 5 to 10 other friends our book. We've got the Kindle version. We've got the paperback version. Coming soon, we have our audio book. So go ahead and grab it for yourself. Give yourself that gift. Go.patrinawisdom.com/abundance, or Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Goodreads, whatever your favorite book platform is. Go grab the book and stay tuned to the conversation. We'll have more of these interviews being released over this week. And then obviously you can reach out anytime for more information and resources. So thank you so much, Lenka, for joining us today. I am so incredibly honored to be able to publish you and introduce you to this big wide world of ours, and to be able to continue collaborating and being in community together. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. And we'll see everybody soon. Take care and have a great day.